you gotta be able to create some pressure if you can't get home with the front four. And I know Kirby is known to be stubborn to a fault, man. You know, he come from that old school. I'm gonna do it my way, and if it ain't working, we're gonna keep doing it my way until we get it right type situation. But you gotta be flexible.
Rep it again. It's not because it don't work. It's because you ain't doing it right.
You ain't doing it right. So.
What's up, y'all? Welcome on into the Auburn Express, powered by the War Rapport. You got Ike Jones, and we are here. It is Georgia week. Thank you so much for turning us up and turning us on. I am here rocking with my man Steve-O, Toe to Toe Sports. Fan of those guys over there on the other side. Nah, I mean, Georgia. Let's get in here and talk about it, man. Georgia versus Auburn on the Plains.
Yeah,
Georgia coming in 4-1. Fresh off of a beatdown of Kentucky. Auburn coming off the bye week. What's the sentiment feeling like for this Georgia team this year, man? How are y'all feeling about your Bulldogs?
Oh, I kind of had tempered expectations, man, to be real. I expected us to be good. I expected us to compete, but we got like 54% of the team are first-year starters, second-year starters, sophomores, freshmen. And, of course, with the transfer portal, man, we all know how that goes. So I really expected them to be in the mix. I expected maybe a SEC championship appearance. I know we'll be one of the top 12 at the end, hopefully. See what Texas is going through over there, man. I don't know. I'm getting kind of worried where they dropped out so fast. But I knew this game is going to be a tricky game, man. Anytime you go into Auburn at night, you know how it get. Crazy thing happen over there in Auburn at night, man. So looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to get into it with you and talk about kind of some of the weaknesses that we got and the strengths that you guys got and vice versa. But looking into the season, man, kind of the sentiment right now is the defense is young. The defense is kind of behind the eight ball. And I don't know if the offense can do enough to really carry the team. It's just to be completely honest and transparent, man. So I ain't one of them guys that just drink the Kool-Aid because it's red.
Hey, listen.
You gotta be real about your team, man.
Hey, listen, man. You can only do it for so long before you have to face the reality of this is who we are this year. You know, early in the season, you're like, we could turn it around. We could figure it out. About right around this time, you hit the game 6. You like, this might be where it is right here. And so that's the reality, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of teams are facing, that we're facing with Auburn. It's like, listen, this is going to be the game to determine, are they going to be able to turn it around and be some, or is this what it is? So let's talk a little bit about that Georgia offense. We'll start on the offensive side. You definitely have had an offense that's been able to put up some yards, 438 yards per game so far this season. Very balanced, 232 through the air, 207 on the ground, and 35 points per game. How are you feeling about this new look Georgia offense? Same offensive coordinator with Bobo there, but a lot of different pieces there for the offense. New quarterback, couple of new running backs in there toting the rock. Definitely new receiving core. Offensive line retooled. What you feeling about the offense?
Everything starts with the offensive coordinator and your quarterback. Bobo, I'm pretty sure if you follow me or if you've seen me and you done had a conversation before, we all crucifix Bobo first. You know what I mean? We all crucify Bobo first, and we all make sure to let it be known we feel like Bobo ain't really doing his job. But I can really say this year, man, I haven't had an issue with Bobo. I haven't had a game that I can really look at and be like, man, Bobo really put us behind the eight ball when it comes to play calling. I think just about like any situation, you can look at the execution. But for Georgia, it really starts with the offensive line, man. You know how it is in the SEC. The offensive line, the big guys up front, and having 2 freshman starters on the right-hand side of that line definitely has showed his head the last few weeks. Even versus Kentucky at times, man, running the ball has been a struggle. I thought a lot of people talk about that 4th down with Cass Jones when you go back to Alabama. You think about that play, handing it off on that right side, and Ernest Green, not really sealing that edge and submitting that block so we can pick up that 1st down. But it's just kind of the same thing as rearing his head at the wrong time, man. And versus Auburn's defensive line, man, you're gonna have to break. You know what I mean? One thing about Georgia and Auburn, they've always been known to have a classic battle inside. It's NFL stars on both sides of the ball, defense and offense when it comes to offensive linemen, man. Your boy killed us with the Panthers 2 weeks ago with the Falcons. Was it Big Cat?
Oh,
killing us. Same thing, man. You can't let one of these defensive linemen for Auburn just take over the game and kill us, man. So, offensive line is where it starts. The running game has been kind of lackluster. My boy Frazier, I ain't gonna say he kind of let me down, but them fumbles, you ain't gonna last long with Kirby fumbling the ball. That's one of the biggest pet peeves is turnovers. I think you guys know that. Everybody know that in the SEC, bro. Can't turn the ball over. So, wide receivers have been better. That drop. Wide receivers still dropping the ball. The freshmen dropped the ball. They probably would have maybe won us a game or at least put us in a better position versus Bama. So again, you look at it, man, it's like the same thing over and over again, and we get back to the offensive coordinator, man. If you coaching it or you condoning it. So, you know what I mean? It's been a kind of a mixed bag when it comes to offense and defense with us this year. I mean, with offense. If we can look like what we portrayed last week when it comes to Kentucky, controlling the line of scrimmage, being able to kind of throw the ball when you need to, run the ball when you want to type situation, I think we'll be good to go and we can walk out of that, man. But if we got to put Gunner in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, long, and let your defensive end just pin their ears back, it's going to be a long day, man.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about that for a second because, you know, you talked about the drops, 9 drops on the year from the wide receivers or from the receiving group, according to PFF. Gunner Stockton has not looked, I mean, if we're going to be honest, hadn't looked great as a passer. He's been, I got to admit, and I admitted as much, I think, on our show, way better as a runner than I thought he was going to be this year. Like Gunner Stockton's ability to use his legs to go and get yardage this season has been great. And that's the thing I think, you know, whatever you want to say about Mike Bobo, he's adapted to say, all right, we're going to design some runs for Gunner Stockton and let him use his legs. But it's been the passing game that's been a little lackluster from where I thought it was going to be this year, especially when you got a guy like Zachariah Branch that's in there coming in. What do you feel like is the problem with the Georgia passing game and why? I mean, it's been okay, but it hasn't been what you've known from Georgia as a team that's, you know, they're going to get you into those situations, 3rd and medium, bust you over the head because they, you know, you're expecting run, whatever. What do you think's been the issue?
For one, you don't have enough integration of the tight end. The last few years, we've had Brock Bowers and guys come out and really establish themselves in the tight end position. We had the transfer from Stanford, who's actually in the NFL making plays, man. So I think this year you've not seen as much from Oscar Delp and Lucky, number 7. I think we got to get a little bit more out of them guys. I think last week you integrated them into the game plan a little bit more. You've seen it pay dividends. Because if people are sitting back playing coverage and saying, hey, you're going to have to beat us with your 4-7 or beat us by running the ball, the way you do that is you complement that with play action. Hit your tight ends over the middle when you get them linebackers to cheat up. But again, all goes back to the offensive line and the running game, man. You got to establish a run game to help Gunner out. Gunner clearly is not seeing the guys that they're becoming open. He's not anticipating those throws. He's not an anticipatory quarterback. So clearly you got to get him wide open. You got to get him in the screen game. I think we criticized Bobo so much for the screen game that, hell, now we done kind of got away from it. And like you said, we have players that can actually utilize that screen game and really use it as a real weapon when you talk about Branch and his quickness and his lateral movement, man. I seen versus the Kentucky game, he made like 3 or 4 or 5 guys miss in a matter of seconds just dancing around. But if you kind of incorporate that a little bit more, I think get away from the first down runs all the time. You kind of anticipate Georgia's play call a little bit when they get into the game, and you can see Gunner's out of rhythm. So I think if you kind of throw it early, throw it on earlier downs, it may help Gunner get in rhythm a little bit faster, man. But I feel like, seriously, like Gunner, he ain't seeing the whole field. I'm not sure if he's just kind of novice in kind of his reads, but I said for the longest, and a lot of Georgia fans kind of came at me, but I like 12 as a passer a whole lot better. Ryan Pulaski, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but
I couldn't. You ain't gonna get me to understand who the Georgia backup quarterback is. I don't know,
bro. I'm there. So when he got in the game last week, if you got time, bro, he just pop out of their hand so easy. You know what I mean? And that's what you want to see from your quarterbacks. Gunner, he got the athleticism. He was like the number 2 dual threat quarterback when he came into Georgia. 4-star kid anyway. So I knew he always had legs. If you're going to do that, I think you got to get him out of the pocket and get him some easier throws, maybe get him on the roll, get him on the move. As a stationary drop back quarterback, I don't think he processes fast enough at the moment to hit those guys coming open because I can't put it on Bobo. They literally showed a clip of UGA wide receivers wide open, and Gunner he'll see it, but I guess he's not seeing it in his head, man. And he'll look to take off, or he'll look to break out of the pocket, which I think maybe if you get him again, those design runs, those design rollouts early in the game, it'll help kind of get him on par, get him where he needs to be confident wise. But the wide receivers, Branch, outside of Branch, man, you had too many guys stepping up. Bell is, I don't know, man. Bell had that breakout season the year where you won the championship. In the last 2 years, everybody kind of expected Bell to just take off and kind of be the guy, but we still kind of waiting on him to just kind of assert his dominance. Last game versus Kentucky, he had a hell of a catch, man. He had a hell of a game. He scored a rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown as well. So just kind of keeping him engaged. And I don't know what Noah Thomas is either, bro. I haven't seen Noah Thomas make an appearance. I expected big things out of him to transfer from Mississippi, Texas A&M. Sorry.
Yeah.
I expected big things out of him, bro. I haven't yet.
Noah Thomas has 5 targets on the season with 3 receptions, 24 yards total. The leader right now for Georgia with 18. Well, he's tied with Zachariah Branch. 18 reception is Colby Young.
Yeah.
247 yards. He leads the team in total yards. So yeah, I'm with you. I thought Noah Thomas was going to be a revelation for you guys, as an ability to be a big. I mean, he was kind of like that at Texas A&M, if we're being honest. Like, he was a guy who everybody thought was going to be, and it just never materialized. And so now you're starting to wonder, is it Noah or just people don't know how to use him properly?
Well, now from what I've heard, and I know in UGA, just from what I heard, he got a block. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily saying he's the most willing blocker. And with Kirby, bro, you ain't going to really get the feel a lot if you ain't trying to block his wide receivers.
And he's a big dude, so that's disappointing because he should be able to go out there.
And that's the first thing you think of, man. He's going to be able to move some people in the run game. He's going to be able to set the edge of the run game. Maybe even come crack down on a linebacker or two in the run game. But it's never manifested that way, and it just never matriculated. We're waiting on that now. Hopefully we can get him incorporated and get him going. I do hope we go back to the rookie a little bit more. Taylor, I know he dropped that pass, but I know the kid can play. I watched him here at Milton High School, man, light it up. So I know the boy can ball. I hate he dropped that pass, and I hate that's kind of his introduction to the Bulldog world. But you know, it is. I think he'll bounce back, man. But I think Gunner just gotta cut it loose, man. Let it go. You throw an interception. In the past years, you've had the defense to step up and say, "Hey, we got your back." Now, defense kind of lacking. Defense still kind of coming along, man. I know we'll talk about that side of the ball in a minute, but complimentary football, I don't think Gunner wants to turn the ball over, and I think he kind of plays like that. You kind of see it, you know what I mean? So,
I mean, sounds like a very similar story to a quarterback that wears orange and blue, but we'll get into that here in just a minute. Let's flip it over to the other side of the football. You just talked about it, the Georgia defense, and Georgia right now, great against the run, just okay in pass defense so far this year. And that's kind of been, and we talk about things that you're not used to seeing from Georgia. Georgia defensive backs have been stellar for a while now. I mean, Georgia defensively overall, but like they just it wasn't a team where you could identify and say there's a weakness right there. And if there is a weakness, it is in pass rush and it's in coverage right now for the Georgia Bulldogs. They have not been stellar in either of those phases. What do you feel like is the problem there for Georgia this season?
I think they're real young on that side of the ball, man, especially when you're talking about the cornerback position. We got Ellis Robinson, who's a freshman starting over there. He got 2 interceptions. I think he actually leading the team in interceptions at this point. And just for your freshman, when you got Everett, who's supposed to be the guy number 6 over there, locking it down. It's just kind of all been really not kind of playing up to, like you said, what we're normally used to seeing out of UGA defensive backs. I mean, Kirby put numerous guys first round, and you look at these guys, and it's like, man, I don't really see a first round talent as of now. But again, kind of young, so I'm not going to really, harp on them like that. I think they definitely got to learn better positioning, man. Stop being so handsy. Learn the coverage. Sometimes you look at guys, man, they lost in coverage, and guys are getting a free release off the line of scrimmage, and Bama killed us like that. And it looks like you're supposed to be playing like a man type coverage and a press type coverage, but we don't really see it. So I'm kind of interested to see what we do against y'all. I know throwing the ball, hey, listen, y'all got a beast out there at wide receiver. So I'm highly interested to see what we do with it, man. And we got to get some pressure on the quarterback, man. If you guys just sit back there all game, it's going to be a long night. But,
so let's talk about that, because Auburn has struggled to protect the quarterback. Jackson Arnold had struggled with getting the ball out quickly enough to, even when you're getting good pass protection, he hasn't gotten the ball out. Georgia this season right now, I'm looking at PFF grades on pressure rates. Georgia is dead last in the SEC in the ability to generate pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Auburn is number 1 in the SEC in giving up sacks or pressures on quarterbacks.
Some got to give.
Somebody got to step up in this game. We gonna see what's like. Is Auburn that bad, or were Texas A&M and Oklahoma that good? We're gonna answer that question in this game. Or is Georgia gonna find a way to turn it around? Like, I don't know, but we're gonna find out Saturday night.
I do know Glenn Schumann. They haven't really got exotic with any of the coverages. I know last year I pointed to the game versus Texas in Texas, and man, some of the defenses were changing, shifting at the last minute. Guys were locked in. And I don't think Kirby trusts these boys as of yet. I think you see a lot of base defenses. You see a lot of vanilla coverages, and we still getting beat on the back. So, you know what I mean? I don't think you're able to really go exotic and send those type of blitzes and unleash the C.J. Andersons, the Chris Coles of the world, the Raekwon Smith, Raylan Smiths of the world, Raylan Wilson, of the world. But I think as the games go on, as you see more of the games go on, you're going to start to see a little bit more. I'm hoping from a Havoc rating standpoint. I think we ranked dead last in Havoc, damn near in the nation of the front 7. So you got to be able to create some pressure if you can't get home with the front 4. And I know Kirby is known to be stubborn to a fault, man. You know, he come from that old school. I'm going to do it my way. And if it ain't working, we're going to keep doing it my way until we get it right type situation. But you got to be flexible.
Rep it again. It's not because it don't work. It's because you ain't doing it right.
You ain't doing it right. So, but you got to be able to get home versus Auburn, man. You got to. Auburn has, like you said, the number 1 offense when it comes to giving up pressure. If you can't get home versus these guys, it's going to be a telling sign. But now flip the question to you. What if you guys go out there, man, and you see a completely different game from your tackles, man? Do you feel like those guys are progressing as the season goes along, or do you feel like it's going to take a full season, all season to get these guys where they're supposed to be?
I mean, it's difficult because I think they're going to work on some stuff during this off week. And I think a big thing, and this has been harped on by a lot of people who do, film reviews on Auburn. I've done some on my channel. Is like Auburn's answer right now for blitzing is sliding protection, right? Which is, all right, if you're going to blitz off of the edge, we're going to slide a protection in that direction, and you have to be able to identify what the guy's blitzing. What Oklahoma and Texas A&M did a really good job of is disguising which side that blitz was coming from. They're going to walk 6, 7 guys up, but the guy that you think is coming is not the guy that's coming, right? And that's hurt Auburn many times in these games where they just have not identified the correct side. You slide the protection right, the blitzer's actually coming from the left. You get that unblocked guy. And so I don't put that so much on their inability up front. I think that's just kind of the way that the offense is designed. And so I think during this week, they're just going to have to figure out a different way, a different scheme for how they want to pick up blitzes. The one good thing that I saw on the tape when I looked at the Bama game, because that's the one that I analyzed, if you spread them out, it's a lot easier to identify where those guys are coming from. And if you guess wrong, he's got further to come from because it's not a guy in there in the box, even if you're going to bring like a linebacker, unless he's walked up into, mugging up into the gap, still it's going to be a central guy. So your running back should be able to pick that up fairly easily. So I think it's just really about them getting their protection set a little bit better. And if they figure that out, then they'll have at least the ability to get the ball out. Then it becomes, is Jackson Arnold going to hold on to it too long, or is he going to go ahead and let that thing rip?
I did see that versus the let me stop real quick and go back. That game versus Oklahoma, I definitely didn't see the play at first. I thought we were talking about something else when I first bro, you tripping. When I seen the play, really read what happened, like full circle, I was like, oh wow. As an SEC officiating crew, how do you even let that happen? This is wreck ball mistakes.
And listen, they came back and they apologized after the game, but it is what it is. Like, my bad. Yeah, we did. We messed that up. It's like, bro, you gave him a whole touchdown, man. What are we doing?
But to answer your question, man, when your quarterback couldn't lose, I know he does tend to hold the ball a lot. I know the secondary has been sketchy, but one thing about the secondary, that boy number 4, KJ Bolden, has been probably one of the best players in the nation, far safety wise. It's hard to play safety or cornerback in the secondary and look good when the rest of your other teammates ain't really on their job. You know what I mean? Secondary as a unit has to be good because as a safety, you're the last line of defense. But I have been liking what I've seen from KJ, man. He play all over the field. The man play like his hair is on fire. If he catches that interception versus Bama, we might have a different game to set the tone. His first drive and you drop an interception, then they go and score a touchdown. Like there's stuff like that that's been killing us.
Going back and looking at that game, there were so many big drops. Big drop. I mean, what's your boy name?
Ryan Williams dropped it.
I mean, that was as open a touchdown as you could have gotten, and he dropped that one. You talked about the KJ Bolden interception drop. You talk about the drop by the wide receiver for Georgia at the end of it's like, bro, like there were game-altering drops in this game, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy.
You don't see that in 2025. Receivers love to catch the ball.
With the caliber of players that like these are pretty much NFL. Like the guys we're talking about, these guys are going to the league.
And these are pro. They getting paid already. Yeah. So at this point,
I'm saying that, but they're gonna play on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I even think the guy who made the drop for you guys, I forgot what his name is.
Taylor.
I think he's a pro caliber wide receiver, right? Yeah. Like
he looked good.
KJ Bolden, Ryan Williams, these are Sunday players making drops in big games. You just don't expect to see that in that caliber game. You expect your best players to kind of step up to the moment, especially when really all of them were fairly easy catches. Like it wasn't like no super difficult, like behind the back. Oh, I can see why he dropped. It's like, bro, them boys dropped straight in your hands. What are we doing? So
off topic real quick, Ryan Williams, man, what do you think going on with him?
You know what? I think I honestly, and this gonna sound like the Auburn hater in me, I think Ryan Williams was already pretty close to where his peak was, and people were expecting him to take another step. And it's like I don't know that he got another step to take, or it's gonna take a little time for him to get there. Like they're expecting year two. It's like, oh, year one he came out the gate like that. It's like, well, he's better than a lot of people just in his natural state. It's going to take a little bit maybe to get, he's going to have to get in the weight room a little bit more. He's going to have to,
rim block. Maybe, he got to block more versus Georgia. He make a few plays, but we missed a lot. He missed a bunch of blocks that we should have capitalized on.
Bro, I looked at this film. I was like, this dude, I don't know if it's because he's not a physical guy, right?
He's more of a finesse guy.
But he just seems so like the technique is terrible in the blocking game. The physicality is bad. Like I just don't know that he wants to do that.
Right. In blocking, rim blocking is definitely a 1-2 type position. And you got these wide receivers, man, and nowadays they're not really trying to get in there and get 30. But at the same time, if you're calling the screen and you got to block this guy in front of you, come on, bro, you got to do something. I just wanted to pick your brain on Ryan Williams.
Yeah, I mean, listen, again, that's not to say that he's not good. He's really with the ball in his hands.
We're not saying that at all. Right.
Yeah. Dynamic with the ball in his hands. The question is he going to clean up the route running? Is he going to figure out how to get rid of the drops case? Because he's had quite a few of those this season.
He leads the SEC right now.
And is he going to figure out how to be more physical in a lot of aspects, right? Like, is he going to be more physical in his run blocking ability? Is he going to be more physical in his ability to run route? Because you reroute him pretty easily right now. In order to be a true number one, which Jeremy Bernard is easily the number one on that team, if he's going to ever be a number one receiver, he's got to get better in those aspects. He just has to.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you got to demand that from your number one guy. So still wanted to pick your brain on him, man, because I know a lot of talk about him recently, man, and a lot of people say he should have went to the NFL last year. And I'm like,
nah, he's not ready for that smoke.
He's not Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, nah, he's not ready. Jeremiah Smith is ready right now. He's physically ready. He's got the route running ability. He's got the physicality. He's got the whole package. Speed, top end speed is good. Hands good. Like he's certified. So yeah, he's not ready for that. But, again, he's still young,
Yeah, he still got time. I think the boy was 17 last year, 18 this year. So he still really technically should be playing his freshman year. And you never know. His body might catch up to him, man. And then he'll be, by the time he'd be dangerous. But
we'll see. We'll see what happens with him. All right, let's flip into this final phase of the game and talk a little special teams. How you feeling about the kicking unit out there? How you feeling about the return game? What you feeling about?
The greatest punter in the world. They took a boom the 70-yard punt to the 1 yard line.
That one he hit versus Tennessee, I was like, boy, what is this?
That ball flipped to the one.
Hey man, don't ever come in Jordan hair doing none of that stuff this weekend, man. Because I'm gonna be.
I hope you don't have to play at all. I hope he stay on the sideline. He don't even get to come out.
I do too, man. Because they can turnovers. Yeah,
kicking game for us has been solid, man. Kirby, we got what's his name? I want to say Drew Butler, but it might be Kevin Butler. One of those Butler twins, the long line of Butlers that are kickers, and Kirby bring them in every summer, man. And every kicker punter we got, they teach them how to kick that ball and punt the ball. I don't know what they doing. I don't know what drills they got. Kirby bring them man in. He guess he pay him on the side. He come over there for like 2-3 weeks in the camp and teach the kickers really how to pinpoint kicking the ball, making it bounce, making it do what you want to do. And I think every year we put out a good punter, kicker. They usually go to the NFL after 4 years, but kicking game is good. What you want to talk about though is the return game. Branch is dynamic, but he'll flip a field, man. He made some dumb decisions as a punt return. You know, you can't. I don't say dumb. He made some bad decisions. Let's put it.
He's one of those guys who feels like every time I got an opportunity to take it to the crib.
No, man. Don't he fielded the punt. He fair caught the ball at the 2-yard line. Kirby lost his mind, bro.
Hey, listen, we my boy Malcolm Simmons caught a punt inside the 2 and tried to return it. It drifted him back into the end zone, and he tried to return that boy up out of there versus Oklahoma. I was like, well, what are we doing?
The basics in high school ball taught us not to go past the 5-yard line. Once your heel touches the 5 or 10, then let it go, man. But it'll be interesting, man. You always know with Georgia versus Auburn, it's going to be a special team play that flips the games one way or another. It's a block punt, block kick return. Auburn is one of those teams where you guys normally have a solid special team that Georgia does too. Will somebody go for a fake punt this game? You know, you never can call anything off the table when it comes to this game.
Kirby, he'll dial one up every now and then. That's
every
true.
blue moon, and y'all, man, Gus, come on, you know, Gus.
Yeah, I mean, Gus is a different animal. Gus he don't care. Gus ain't never cared. He's like, well, what is it in the rule book? Because I'll do it.
How's your kicking game though? I haven't really paid attention to your kickers and your punters, man.
Field goal kicking has been not great just because the guy who's supposed to be the guy, Alex McPherson, has been hurt. He is working his way back into it. So everything that was under 40, he was still kicking that. But if it was longer, had a different kicker, and neither of those guys have been very good. Alex is pushed out now. They said Q-Free said they're comfortable kicking it with him from anywhere 50 and in. So he's extended his range a little bit more. So that's going to improve. Punting game has been okay. Hudson Cock, the transfer over from Oklahoma State, one of the Aussie punter type guys. So he's been okay, but he shanked a couple of them. And then kickoff stuff, the kid that came over, Connor Gibbs, he's kicking them through the back of the end zone almost every time.
That's what you want. You don't want nobody to have no return.
Man, don't even let them try. We'll forget it.
Definitely not with Branch, because Branch definitely, he can take one now. I've definitely seen him flip the field enough that I know I'd be like, teams should not be still punting to this man. But hey, man, sometimes they feel like they got a good coverage unit. He'll break one out of there too, man. I think we just got to not self-sabotage, man. Penalties have been a big thing with UGA when they normally not. A lot of false starts and pre-snap penalties that I really don't like. But you got 2-3 rookie offensive linemen. Keep going back to the offensive line because, you know, that's how like our lifeline. That's like our lifeblood. And 3 or 4 of those guys have got hurt already this season. So I don't know if guys have had a chance to come back. Hopefully we can get some guys back, but I know losing the right side has definitely been hurting us. But the rookies have stepped in, man. They've been getting baptized. Jordan Hare at night, 7:00 kick, man. Everybody been out there drinking all day long. Supposed to be a good day weather-wise Saturday. So I can only imagine the atmosphere is going to be in. And we got to think about this too, man. Gunner Stockton ain't had no big road games in the SEC like that. Carson Beck played a lot of those games last year at the beginning of the season when they were road games. Gunner didn't really get into. We went to Texas. So you got to think, Gunner's still getting baptized and going into Jordan Hare at night, man. That shit gonna be loud.
It's a different kind of animal for sure than like I think any of the environments he's played in so far.
I can't. Nowhere we've been to play is gonna be anything like that, and that's for any of them guys. So the offensive line again, got the right side, man. Thing gonna be loud. It's gonna be rocking. Y'all gotta communicate, man. You gotta stick to your assignments. Don't try to do too much. We'll just see where it go, man. I do think that Auburn can be had only because, like you said, the offensive line has been so bad. But again, the defensive line for us ain't been great. I think this is the get right game. Xavier Griffin, our extraordinary rookie defensive end. I expect a lot from him. I expect a big game from the kid, man. He reminds me a lot of the guy we talked about, Brown, for the Panthers, Big Cat. He reminds me a lot of Big Cat, number 90 from Georgia, man. If you get a chance to turn on the tape and check him out, man, let me know what you think. But exciting game,
I definitely am going to I've been looking at the tape. I'm going to do a little bit more of that tomorrow. I'm going to read off of this availability report. You tell me if any of these names are actually important. Some of them been on, they've been out for a while. So, of course, you know Ethan Barber, Taylon Taylor, Malachi Tolliver, Thomas Blackshear are all out. And then for questionable, you got Monroe Freeling and Ernest Green the third.
Ernest Green, that's the right top. We need Ernest Green. We need him back.
So he's questionable, so he could be upgraded by the time this game gets here. But the rest of those guys have already been ruled out. So
Taylor is the rookie that dropped it. So it sounds like he's not playing. I hate the rookie not gonna get a chance to kind of get back in the game. I think he might have played last week versus Kentucky and got maybe banged up. Yeah, man, good game, man. I'm expecting a great game. I'm expecting something down to the wire. Maybe a touchdown or a field goal type finish to win the game. No, I don't really see us walking away. It's gonna be a fourth quarter game. I do know that.
Right now, when you look at these two defenses, I didn't talk too much about defensive statistics, but you're talking about a rush defense in Georgia that's only surrendering 82 yards per game right now. Auburn's only giving up 88 yards per game on the ground. These two teams, 18 points per game surrendered by Georgia. Auburn surrendering 16 points per game. So you're talking about two very stingy defensive units versus two offenses that are really kind of struggling to put it together in both phases. Georgia more balanced, but still not explosive. Auburn has been inept at times offensively, particularly looking at that last Texas A&M game. I think it's going to be a low scoring game as well. If you had to put a number on it, right now Vegas has it at 3.5 points. How many points you think Georgia's got to score to get out of Jordan-Hare alive?
I need at least 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals, so we're looking at least 27 on it. You need at least 27 to be comfortable.
How many you thinking that defense surrenders to Auburn though?
Probably 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I can go for that. I had 2 touchdowns. Yeah,
27-14 around what you thinking the score is going to be there.
Yep. 27-17, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, we will see what happens in this one. I'm looking forward to this one as well. I'm definitely going to be right here watching the game live stream. We're going to be on before the game, after the game. Oh, yeah. Do y'all do a game day live stream?
No, man, we sticking to the Sunday. We about to kind of expand. I got some toe-to-toe Atlanta stuff and toe-to-toe Georgia stuff that I'm about to come out with and drop down, man, because the Hawks get ready to go. And,
if you're not at the game and you want to come through in the post game and talk whatever, you know what I'm saying, slide back through. We'll be here doing what we do over here.
For sure. I'm not going to be there. No, for sure.
Okay.
Send me the link and I'll drop in.
All right, we'll do that.
I'll be there.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, tell the people in case you don't get all your stuff out and they want to hear you talk about it on Sunday, how they can find what's going on with Toe to Toe.
Gotcha, man. Yep. Just like you said, man, Toe to Toe Sports, man. You can find us on social media, all social media platforms, toe_2 oh, my bad. Damn, I messed up. Toe _2 _toe. Toe to Toe Sports. We're on every Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m., man. Wrapping up the week, talking about anything from baseball to basketball, football, college, but it always boils down to dollars versus Gators. Right now I'm up. So he ain't feeling too good about it. I mean, they just got the Texas win. They did. Yeah. So he trying to pile them up, but I think they'll get got at Texas A&M though. I don't really see them getting Texas A&M. But I don't know. You tell me, is A&M really as good as they say?
I think A&M defensively is good. I think offensively, they are starting to put it together. I thought at the beginning of the season, Texas A&M was going to be one of the better teams in this league. I said that at SEC Media Days. I have been consistent. I thought Texas A&M was going to be good this year because I believe in their head coach and what he can put together on the defensive side. And I believe in that offensive line that had all of that experience coming back. They had the running game coming back. And I thought Marcel Reed is enough. He can do enough with his legs to keep you off balance. They went and got some really dynamic wide receivers and Craver and Concepcion. I think they just got stuff, bro. And so I do think that Texas A&M is a really good team. I think that their defense is starting to show what I thought they were going to do with Mike Elko. And they might go on a little run here. They just might.
I go for it. You gotta come on Sunday, man, because I got a lot of questions I want to ask you. Is that seat over the other seat in Texas getting hot? I'm paid a lot of money for. I done paid a lot of money for these rosters last 2 years. I don't have an SEC championship. I went from first to unranked.
Yeah,
I don't look like I'm going for another SEC championship this year. I damn near might not make the college football playoff. And I got a $22 million roster on each side.
And one of the biggest names in quarterbacks back out there. Like, I don't know how hot it's gonna be, but I do think that here's the thing. This weekend gonna tell him a lot. Red River shutdown, whatever it is they call it. He's gonna have to. I think you have to win that game in order to not to some. I don't think he gets fired, but that's where the hot seat talk starts. You lose your third game of the season. You just lost that game to Florida. You can't lose this one, bro. You can't. I think that's when
you gotta come on Sunday, man. You gotta come on Sunday morning and talk it up because if they lose, brother, it go
it could get real wicked down there in Austin, man. So, all right.
But man, Sunday morning, man, make sure y'all guys check us out. Like I said, Total Sports, man. We're on all streaming platforms. You can catch us on X as well, chopping it up with your boy. So we appreciate you, Ike Zone, man. I appreciate you bringing me on, man. Auburn Express, man. Appreciate you guys taking the time to, come on here and chop it up about these dogs, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Well, we look forward to whatever's going to happen this weekend, man. Y'all know where you can find us at the War Rapport out there on all social media, warrapport.com. TheWarRapport.com is the website. If you're listening to this on podcast, the Auburn Express, make sure you give us that 5-star review and make sure you go ahead and share the content with somebody. We're out of here until the next time. And as always, War Eagle. Peace.